night I held a little hand. It made my sad heart sing. It was the loveliest hand I've ever held. 4 aces and a king.
Just
I hadn't finished. 30 days hath September, April, June and November. All the rest have 31. It's so unfair.
Just 2 of the many...
Roses are red and violets are blue. So goes the age-old rhyme. But I know roses are blue and violets are red. I've seen them hanging on the line.
Just 3 of the... of the collected poems of East End poet Joan Bossom, under the title, Life is Like a Double Bed. Why did you call it that?
Well, I've always believed that is true of life. It's probably the most profound statement I've ever made in my life, you know. All the things that like, are gone on a posterior and all that, you know, and all the phrases and all that, you know, I think it's the most meaningful thing I've ever said. Life is like a double bed.
Why?
Why what?
Why is life like a double bed?
Well, if you're going to bleed and argue about it, life ain't like a double bed. You know, don't get your knickers in a twist, love. I'm only talking, you know.
Mr. Bossom, you've got this reputation for not conforming, for being a bit of a rebel.
Yeah.
Do you feel this is due to your upbringing, your background?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because, like, my whole family, we don't conform, you know. I mean, why should you? We won't be dictated to, you know. We go our own way, do our own thing, you see. I mean, that's what it's about, man, isn't it, you know? And like my mum, she's a rebel. My mum cooks with Kerrygold. And, you know, some mornings, like, when we like having coffee, we just have it, you know. Just have the coffee, just like that, you know. When we don't shake the jar and listen to the grand music. Not unless if we feel like it, we do, you know. And we get that nice Jamaican lady from next door to come and, you know, jiggle about on it. You know? But if we don't feel like it, you know. I mean, the thing is, you see, if you don't conform like nowadays, you know, people think there's something wrong with you, don't they? I mean, I got long hair, ain't I, you know. Well, you got long hair as well. I mean, you ain't a fella, are you? Anyway, I mean, they see me walking down the road with long hair, and they think, you know, they think straight away that I'm a smoke addict. A smoke addict. You know, on a pot and all that all the time, don't they? You know, then they find out my name's Bossom. Well, that's a stupid name to give a kid, isn't it? Bossom. Well, it's neither one thing nor the other. And then when they find out... I'm a poet, I mean, they think, you know, long hair and a poet, I get livid, you know, I could hit him with my handbag sometimes.
With all this ready-made entertainment available at the touch of a button, do you think there still exists within people the urge to write?
Well, all I can say to that, darling, is walls. You look at a whitewashed wall anywhere in London, it ain't whitewashed for long, is it? I mean, the grubby little pencils are out, scribbling on there. Kilroy was here. Happy New Year to all our readers. I mean, there's probably as much feeling gone into Fred Fancy's flow than the whole of Charles Dickens' Romeo and Juliet. I mean, I'll tell you, I've seen some lovely war. I'll tell you what, there's a wash and brush up in Chatham. I've never read poetry like it in my life. Beautiful it is, the metre, it scans, it's poetic, you know. 1 or 2 spelling mistakes. And some of them illustrated. Lovely, shows vivid imagination and that, you know. It's a beautiful sight, it really is. You should go and have a look. Oh, you can't, can you? But it really is beautiful there.
Why do you suppose that they find inspiration in a place like that?
Well, the solitude, the magic of the moment. This feeling of being cut off. I mean, how can you define me in Tangerine?
Mr. Bossom, may we now have a poem from your new book?
Right, yeah, this book is called Now is the Winter of My Discotheque. And this poem sums up for me in its entirety all the superfluity of modern living and everyday affairs and all that. The soldier sat in the army jail and his mother had brought him a pudding. But the sergeant said it was against the rules, even though it was a good 'un. Then he saw the look in the mother's eyes and he knew she was feeling hurt. So he did a thing he thought he'd never do. He helped a soldier to desert. The soldier got hold of his pudding and he ran with it back to his cell. Then, put out your pudding for drink. He heard the sergeant yell, if you want treacle on your pudding, put it out without delay. The soldier put out his pudding, and the sergeant took it away.